What's up, gamer? My name's Luco, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Recombinator in Path of Exile 2. In case you don't know what it does, the Recombinator lets you attempt to put two items together, pick some modifiers from each one, and combine them into a brand new item with all of the modifiers that you chose from the two original items. It's pretty simple, but there are some extra things you need to know. First of all, the Recombinator is tied to the expedition mechanic in the endgame maps. So to unlock it, you need to finish the campaign, then run around your atlas and look for maps with this little symbol above them. When you complete your first expedition, the NPC that you found in the map should show up in your hideout along with the Recombinator. When I unlocked it, it kinda just showed up in a random spot in my hideout, so I had to look around a bit to find it. To use the Recombinator, just click on it, then put two items of the same type into each of the boxes on the left and right. The items do not have to be the same base type, they just have to take up the same slot. So long as they're both helmets, you can put both a trapper hood and a woven cap in there at the same time and it'll work just fine. Just know that when a recombination succeeds, it randomly picks one of the two items you put in to receive the mods you chose. So if you use a good base and a bad base, then you have a 50-50 chance of getting the base you actually want. With the items in there, just click on whatever modifiers you want from each one. When you pick at least one mod from each item, you'll see some text pop up at the bottom that tells you how likely your recombination is to succeed. This chance of success is calculated based on several different things like the rarity of the mods you chose, how high the tiers are, how many different modifiers you chose, and probably some other stuff that we don't really know about. Basically, if you pick a bunch of high tier mods, you'll find that the chance of success goes down very low very quickly, and this can be a little demoralizing to look at, but the chances of success kinda have to be this low, because it can't be too easy to make perfect or even like half perfect items. That's because once you have that perfect item, you have it forever, and you'll never need to upgrade to a better one on that character ever again. So if it was even a 10% chance to hit a recombination of 4 max tier ideal mods on the same piece of gear, people would be decking out every slot of their gear in perfect or near perfect items within a week of starting each league. And that's just not the way things should be. So if you want to get those 3 or 4 insane mods on the same item, don't be afraid of low numbers, just send it, and if it fails, you can try again when you find more items with the mods you're looking for. The other bit of text below the chance for success is what it'll cost you to recombine those things. No matter what kind of gear you put in there, it'll require some kind of artifact that you can find by completing expedition encounters in maps. If you're trying to recombine weapons, you'll need Broken Circle artifacts, which you can get by doing expeditions with Gwenin. If you're trying to recombine armor, then you'll need Order artifacts, which you can get by doing expeditions with Rog. And if you're trying to recombine jewelry, then you'll need Black Scythe artifacts, which you can get by completing expeditions with Tujin. You may also find yourself with Sun artifacts. These come from doing expeditions with Danny G, and you can spend those artifacts in his shop to buy 2 copies of any of the other artifacts for each one you spend. The goober that shows up to each expedition in your maps is random, so you just have to keep running them until you get the one you're looking for. So when you finally have the items you want, you pick the mods you're looking for, and you have the stuff to spend, all you have to do is hit the button. A little animation will play, and it'll be super suspenseful, and then it'll tell you what happened after a couple seconds. If the recombination fails, you will lose both items. It's not a great feeling, but most of the time you're just throwing in 2 items that aren't that great. They just happen to have 1 or 2 good mods on them. So losing them isn't that big of a deal so long as you don't throw in your character's actual gear in there. If you succeed, the modifiers you pick will have combined and overwritten the old mods on one of the 2 items that you put in, while the other one will have disappeared. As a last little tidbit, you don't actually have to wait for the recombination animation to finish to see what happened. The items still show up in your inventory while they're in the Recombinator, so if you click the button and they both disappear, that means it failed. If only one disappeared, then that means it succeeded, and the leftover item has the mods you wanted. That's just about everything you need to know about how recombinators work. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you found this guide helpful, then don't forget to like and subscribe for more like it. Lastly, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.